Hey guys, so I saw the Joker movie a couple weeks ago, and I didn't make a review until now because I didn't want to actually make a review. And the reason I didn't want to make one is because the movie was incredibly similar to The King of Comedy as well as Taxi Driver. And I figured, like, I'm kind of making a review about a movie that's like a copy almost, so it would be kind of dumb because it's like you're forgetting about the past, and as you guys know, I hate forgetting about the past. But I decided to make a review now because I do have some thoughts I want to get out. Now, I'm not going to be talking too much about the movie in and of itself, more about the reception of it, because that's what I do here. I talk about stupid people. Anyway, I'm not going to be showing footage of the movie because of copyright. So I apologize that I can't dress this video up all nicely, but I will have this over here that shows the rating, so that you can at least look at something. Plus, I am going to talk about this as well. Before I get into that, I just want to point out some things about the movie of itself. The movie is fucking amazing. One of the best movies in the last decade, if not the best movie in the last decade. Even with it being a copy of The King of Comedy and Taxi Driver, I would still say it's one of the best. I do think it's kind of shitty that, the director kind of stole from Martin Scorsese, but regardless, whatever, he did an amazing job. And I do want people to know, more, younger, modern-minded people who love this movie, I'm glad you did, because I'm glad you understood it. But I do want you to understand, because you are younger, you may not even know that this movie, the ideas and some of the scenes and stuff were stolen from those two movies. And the reason why I'm saying it was stolen and not inspired is because it's really fucking blatant if you actually watch King of Comedy or Taxi Driver. So for those of you who didn't know that, now you do. But now let's get on to reception. You have people pretty divided on this movie. You got people who don't like it and people who do like it. And the people who don't like it aren't all stupid, to be honest, because many of the people who didn't like it simply didn't like it because it was stolen from those two movies. And to those people, I fully understand. But then you also got dumb people who were saying shit like for example, I was looking through people reacting to it in comments and stuff like that, and one guy actually says, "Oh, it's shit. It's completely boring. There's not enough action." Like, how dumb do you have to be to make a comment like that? This is not well. First of all, there is action in it, but it's not meant to be an action movie. This is supposed to be a depressing origin story of a man's extremely difficult life and how he descends into madness. It's more of a psychological thriller than it is an action movie. So, I feel like you have to be stupid. And I'm not, because the thing is, like, everybody has their opinions about movies, right? But for this movie, you do actually have to be a dumb person because it requires knowledge of mental illness and psychology to understand it. So if you don't understand it, generally you must be a dumb person, right? Anyway, the next thing I want to point out is, well, another comment that I saw. Another comment I saw was from some idiot complaining that he doesn't turn into the Joker until the last 30 minutes. This is another stupid comment. Like, again, it's a fucking origin story. It's not meant to be a Batman movie. And this is, again, the kind of person who complains that there's not enough action. Like, it's about him becoming the Joker, not just being the Joker. If he was the Joker for the last, let's say, hour, for example, instead of the last half hour, then there wouldn't have been enough time to build up his mental illness, his decline into madness, all that kind of thing. It's an origin story, not a Batman movie, okay? If you want to see Joker for the whole fucking movie, go watch a Batman movie. Like, it's amazing how people don't get these kinds of things. These days, we do live in the age of instant gratification. You can learn a lot about this, but generally speaking, we, as people, I'm not talking about specifically with movies or whatever, I'm talking about in general, with movies, TV shows, video games, life, even people in relationships. Everybody needs instant gratification. Nobody can wait. It's why you have so many people now, when a show or movie just starts, always going, what's going on? What's going on? Explain to me, what's going to happen? Enjoy the ride and learn as you go. This era we live in now of instant gratification, like if it's not good, if it's not like to that standard, everybody just instantly hates it, can't wait, doesn't understand build-up. We live in an age where people don't understand the idea of build-up. Build-up is a very important thing in old movies, in old TV shows with storytelling, that things progress as they go and you learn and you that kind of a thing. That was common in old movies. That's why I love seeing it in Joker. Because it's not common anymore. Most of Hollywood is like this Michael Bay shit with nothing but explosions and killing, where you don't really need a brain, where you don't really need patience, where you don't really need to understand storytelling to enjoy those movies. But in the day when people were able to understand those things, it was a time when people actually understood build-up and suspense, but people don't really get that now because of this age of instant gratification we live in. So yeah, there was a lot of stupid comments like that. And the other thing was the official rating. Now, right now, the tomato meter is at 68% and the audience score is at 89%. Now, when the movie had like its first week, the tomato meter was a lot lower. I think it was actually in the 40s. Now it's almost 70, but even at 70, I can still make my point. Which is that, just like journalists and stuff, nobody fucking does their job correctly. Everybody has the brain of a mindless fucking SJW. And of course, the professional critics, who are all idiots, gave this movie at first in the 40%, and now it's not even at 70%, despite how fucking amazingly done it was. And the reason that they hated it, there's a few reasons probably, but I'm just going to list them off for you. The first reason is most likely because they themselves also just don't understand real storytelling, real plot, real acting, because Joaquin Phoenix is like one of the best actors I've ever seen. Not the best, one of the best. Then, the other reason that these people don't like it is more on the SJW side. And when it comes to complaints about Joker, one of the most common ones I've seen is, Joker shows the struggling of a white man. It's fucking sexist and racist. And, it's the same shit we see with every movie. I'm not even gonna fucking complain about it anymore because there's no fucking point. I can't even remember the last time a movie came out that they did not complain about. And that's what the rating is on this one, too. It's just those fucking idiots complaining that it's a white man struggling. God forbid we show things closer to reality the way they are in the real world, right? SJWs don't like that. But these idiots are always rating based on SJW mindsets. I mean, these days we obviously have a lot of movies as well as TV shows that are doing things to satisfy SJWs, like destroying past franchises. For example, Terminator, I think it's 6 is coming out. Arnold isn't even the main character anymore. Now it's all female cast out of the main characters, so they're destroying the old franchises and all this kind of stuff. And then you have all these crappy TV shows, like there was this movie, not a movie, wait, it was a movie actually, called The Kitchen or something. It was like an all-female gang movie. Basically, all these types of movies that are just SJW pandering always get high ratings by the tomato meter. And why are they given a high rating by the tomato meter? It's because they're trying to fucking promote this shit. Those movies all get a high rating by the tomato meter, but yet get a very low rating by the audience scores because the audience is fed up with this shit. But then movies that are actually good and don't pander and show a white man struggling like Joker get a low rating by the tomato meter and a high rating by the audience. That's why you should never even pay attention to movie critics, because they're all fucking morons. Like, look at this, 70%, and it was like 40% last week, and 90%. And then if you look at all of those movies that are just showing a female lead for the sake of SJW feminism, get like 90% on the tomato meter and like 20% on the audience score. Like, the critics don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Not to mention that they're bought and paid for to do that, by the way. But another thing I want to bring up as well when it comes to modern movies, when it comes to the SJW pandering and how they're always putting female leads and everything, or completely changing what was once a male lead, like in Terminator and like every other fucking modern movie, there is a reason why they're doing this. You see, a lot of people now are actually asking this question, which is, instead of changing a franchise that once had a male lead into a female lead, why don't they just create a new, original movie with a female lead? there actually is a reason why they're doing that, and it's because they're not just trying to bring more women into the leads of movies. That's not their goal. Their goal is to remove men from male leads by making those franchises now with women. They're trying to rewrite history. See, in their mind, if they just simply make an entirely new original thing with women, in their mind it's, well, the ones with men still exist, we can't have that, because they don't want real equality. What they want is to take already existing franchises and change them so that they can not only have female leads now, but also ruin the male leads from the past. They're trying to rewrite history. Anyway, the point is, fuck these people once again. Fuck the movie critics because they're uneducated shitheads. But the Joker movie was great despite being kind of a blatant copy of two other movies. But what did you think? Did you see the movie and did you enjoy it? And do you agree with everything else I've said? See ya.